You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
You better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate. Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, yes. Ooh, not extremely. We are late. We absolutely are. I don't know what we was doing. I really don't. I don't know, why folk come. We couldn't be here a few minutes ago. But we are late. Yes. We are not here on time, and I'm a girl. We as a group. Okay. It takes a team of people to be late. I wasn't late alone. All of us were. Okay. There was 500 and something people when I got here, right? And I was like 600 and something. So technically, we as a group, yes, live more. We live more. You didn't have to write it like that. You do not have to write it like that. No, Dayla, it's a we thing. Okay, we is late as a whole. Universal Team Marie, absolutely, and I'm a girl. Yes, we was late. Marie, girl, you and I were busy for a couple minutes, and so was everybody else. So that's just what I were. Oh well, look at he today, Healing Day talking about some. I'm is on time. Okay. Okay. Welcome back to my show. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Okay. I'm your boy SeanDavieWay, and I get to do what I want because I'm amazing. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all flew up in here. Oh my goodness, over 700 people already, and I just opened my mouth. That means that we're incredible. So the title says breaking news. REMY'S son, Jayson Scott, arrested for murder for hire. REMY'S karma. Okay. Now, I'm not just talking about because, you know what I'm saying? What type of mother leave her one son over a stack? Little bookie down basic bitch thinking. So, and I'm a girl. And Nikki was trying to tell y'all. So Remy, little bookie down basic bitch, ma, and I'm a girl, her son, her child, like y'all, yes, her baby. It's a baby. And I'm a girl. So gays, what, Lauren, what are you laughing at? So Lauren, oh my god, I love you, Lauren. So gays, ooh, not back. Me and Drizzy laughed at that. They say numbers don't matter, but when they're discussing the queen, and I'm a girl. So when they're discussing the queen, I bet she says king. Like Brown, I got 6 rings. I never signed a 3 6 seats. You wild dumb. That's why Jane plays first for out. Shanae. You so I know my Nicki lyrics. So just for the kids, you know, the barbs. You know, they be here real deep. She don't even say that. She don't even say that. Like I can hear y'all. So and I'm a girl. So y'all. Yes. Now I'm gonna show y'all what I seen, and that's what that word. Now I put Remy's karma in the title, and not just because you know the whole her going to jail thing. I'm not just saying it's just her karma for that, and I'm a girl. Okay. She had another baby when she got out, and she named the baby the Golden Child. It's like how little baby, a little Remy baby, you was not no golden child. Let me be the first one to say it, because I know your brother and your sister said it to you too, but I'm gonna say it as well. You ain't not, you're just a born child. Girl, you see what your mama churn do. You see what your mama churn do. You see your brother in jail. So girl, you're normal, girl. Ain't nothing golden about you, nothing like that. You was wonderful, you was smart, you was kind, you was all of those things. But golden, you're not, girl. Okay. So let's just get with that. Okay. Now I'm a the backstory because I'm nosy. So of course I went and figured out what was going on, not on Twitter, on X. Remember, girl, they put this up. They put this up and then a whole bunch of other blogs started sharing it after, and I'm a girl, but it came out on Twitter first. So I'm gonna put it up on Twitter. Boom, there we go. Lisa Evers says breaking news: law enforcement and multiple police sources confirmed to Fox 5 New York news that Jayson Scott of the Bronx, son of hip hop star Remy Ma and 22-year-old Richard Swigert, Swigert, I hope I'm saying it right, have each been arrested and charged with first-degree murder, weapons possession, and reckless endangerment in the 2021 murder of 47-year-old Darius Gullibo. Yes. So y'all, of course, I'm nosy, and I'm like, okay, well, what is going on? So apparently in 2021, there was a man that got powed at an intersection pretty much in New York, okay? And there was 2 male suspects that were seen, but they were never captured. Until now, let's get into that. Until now. Go big, go.
Right now to this exclusive breaking news. Fox 5's Lisa Evers has learned from multiple police and law enforcement sources that the son of rapper Remy Ma, 23-year-old.
Let's be full screen so you guys can see full screen. Well, I guess they said this is full screen. So. They said this is full screen, Sean. I stole my car, Jody. Okay, let me pull it back up.
This exclusive breaking news, Fox News' Lisa Evers has learned from multiple police and law enforcement sources that the son of rapper Remy Ma, 23-year-old Jayson J. Scott, along with another man, have each been charged with first-degree murder, 2 counts of weapons possession, and reckless endangerment. The charges are in connection with the June 7, 2021 murder of 47-year-old Darius Gullibo in Queens. Investigators are looking into the possibility if that was a murder for hire. But an arraignment is expected later today in Queens County Courthouse. We're going to have much more on this breaking story coming up at 5 p.m.
Girl, la 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 la. So that's what the tea is as of now. Okay, the story is still developing, but let me pull this up so we can get into this. Okay, so yeah, let me read this for you guys. So Astoria man Popowed and KILLED in South Jamaica NYPD. Okay, now this was posted June 8th, 2021. Okay, so the murder actually happened on June 7th. All right, now Remy Ma's son and his friend, who Remy Ma's son is 23 as of now. Hi Roxy, Ladies Lounge. Hi sweetie. Remy Ma's son is 23, and his friend that was with him that committed this murder with him is 22 right now. So these are very young men. And this man was also an alleged drug kingpin, y'all. I was like, oh my goodness. I'm gonna shut your mouth and keep on talking. I said, I know my girl. So this 47-year-old man had been in jail like 15, 16 times, okay? Had like 13 different like felonies and whatnot. Allegedly, this man was not like a very good man. Allegedly, you know, but he was like a kingpin, you know, as well. So let's get into it. Let's go be nosy. Ooh, let's go be nosy. Ooh, let's go be nosy. So this happened 3 years ago. They're just getting caught for it now. This crime happened 3 years ago. This was posted on June 8th, 2021, and the unaliving happened on June 7th. Okay, 2021. An alleged drug kingpin from Astoria was gunned down in broad daylight in South Jamaica on Monday afternoon. Darius Gullibo, 47, of 35th Avenue near the Ravenswood houses, was seen arguing with 2 men before they allegedly opened fire, according to the authorities. And my girl, now coming to find out that these 2 men that were arguing with him was Jayson, which is Remy's son, and his friend that was arrested with him. And my girl. So these was the 2 men that he was arguing with, but they didn't know, because you know in the hood, the no snitching rule. And I'm a girl, you know, in the story, and I'm a girl, I done read on the story, whose story, y'all, wow. So you know, it's a high probability if you see, even if you see something, you ain't gonna say something just because it's wow down at the concrete jungle. And I'm a girl. So they've been 3 years, they've been free. 3 years. And you know, they allegedly, you know, and I'm a girl. So let's keep reading. Gullibo was discovered by the officers from the NYPD's 113th precinct in Jamaica, answering to a 911 call regarding a man powed at the intersection of 148th Street and Rockaway Boulevard just before 1 p.m. on June 7th. Gullibo was found unconscious and unresponsive with multiple shot wounds to the head and chest. Wow. EMS responded to the location and transported Gullibo to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center, where he was pronounced unalive, according to police. The victim in the powering thing was no stranger to law enforcement, having been arrested 13 times and serving 3 jail terms, according to the state attorney's general office. So out of his 47 years, he was only free. It sounded like 7 of them. The other 40 was behind bars, in and out. Gullibo was also known as D-Block on the streets. Also, this was D-Block, like Debo. Oh, his name was D-Block and number girl. Oh, no, you don't tell him no D-Block. You leave D Block alone. That's just what they were. You leave D Block alone. He was among 54 people who were indicted in the sweeping investigation dubbed Operation Heatwave in November 2020. So he was a part of the Heatwave, the big case, the Kingpin case, you know, and all that stuff that was going on over there in the McGirt. Operation Heatwave that they called it in November 2020. They said he was a part of it. He sure was. According to the AG's office, Gullaboo was charged with supplying a drug ring in upstate Jefferson County. According to Attorney General Latia James, no arrests have been made in the powwowing, and the investigation is ongoing, according to the NYPD. Now, again, this happened June 7th, 2021. This article is from June 8th, and this is why they were saying in the article that no suspects had been, arrested. At that time, the suspects were still at large, but they knew that he had been arguing with two males. So then we jump forward to, June, which is crazy because the anniversary of his passing just passed not too long ago, because it's the 18th, and he passed away on June 7th. And on June 18th, technically, let me go to the next article. On June 18th, we get this information. 2024. Do not ask me to subscribe. Remy Ma's son arrested for NYC RDER. Okay. Remy Ma's 23-year-old son has been arrested over the 2021 fatal powwowing of a man in Queens, the NYPD said Wednesday. Jayson Scott and another man, Richard Swigert, so Richard is the younger male, the 22-year-old, were nabbed on first-degree charges Tuesday night, 3 years after 43-year-old Darius Gullaboo was gunned down in a brazen broad daylight attack. The victim was blasted in the head and chest when the powwowing broke out at the intersection of 148th Street and Rockaway Boulevard in Springfield Gardens back on June 7th, 2021. Cops are still probing a motive for the slaying, police sources said. At the time, police said they believed a dispute may have preceded the bloodshed. It wasn't immediately clear if Scott or Swigert had any prior connection with the victim. In addition to the RDER rap, both men were also slapped with criminal possession of a weapon and reckless endangerment charges, cops said. Okay, so let me also pull up. Yeah, this is very sad. Like, this is crazy because it's like, girl, Remy, shout out to almost 2,000 people in the building. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. Let me go to the neighborhood talk. Well, and Hollywood Unlock. Hollywood Unlock has it too. I can just pull them up as well. But now they're saying that it's an RDER for hire charge. Okay, let me put that up on the screen so you guys can see it too. Okay, so Remy Ma's son arrested for RDER in NYC. Jayson, Remy Ma's 23-year-old son, Jayson Scott, has been arrested along with another man, Richard, for the 2021 fatal powwowing. No, let me pull up the neighborhood talk because there's new information. Hollywood Unlock, y'all late. Shout out to y'all, but y'all late. The neighborhood talk has this actually being for hire. Is the motive that the police, right here, are going with now. So on the neighborhood talk, they have it posted that developing Remy Ma's 23-year-old son, Jayson Scott, reportedly arrested and charged with RDER. Investigators believe it was a for hire plot. Neighbors, according to a report by Fox 5 New York, law enforcement sources say Remy Ma's 23-year-old son, Jayson Scott, has been charged with RDER. The story is still developing, but reporter Lisa Evers claims that Scott and another man were arrested and charged with first-degree RDER, 2 counts of weapon possession and reckless endangerment. The charges are connected to a RDER of 47-year-old Darius. They believe that it was a for-hire plot we will keep you updated. So let me pull up Fox 5 New York. Hold on, so we can get the whole article. And I'm a girl. But how do y'all feel about that thus far? Hearing this information that, yeah, y'all saying for hire for what? That's a good question. You know, that's what I'm saying. Let me pull this up. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Because I'd put it in my title for no reason. Fox, New York 5. Yeah. How do y'all feel about that? I'm putting in higher because y'all tried it. Y'all tried it. I want to make sure. Okay. Let me pull this up so we can read the article that they have too. I'm gonna bring out all the information, you know, so we can be as clear on this as possible. Okay, so this is Fox New York 9 or Fox 5 New York. Right here. So let's read what they have to say about this. So is this a video? I think we already watched this. Yeah, I think we already watched this. That's the little video that, yeah, we watched when we came here. But we'll see just in case. So it says rapper Remy Ma's son charged with RDER. Sources. Let's get into that. Yeah, I feel like we already watched this. But anyways, sorry. New York's Lisa Evers has learned. Now, this is who the Neighborhood Talk is talking about, because I know we like to go to sources. Okay. Shout out to over the 2,100 people in the building. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. So we're going to the source. The source, who better than the people right there in New York themselves. So Queens, Fox 5, New York's Lisa Evers has learned from law enforcement sources that the son of rapper Remy Ma has been charged with first-degree murder. Remy Ma, whose real name is Reminisce. Go on, Remy girl. Reminisce Smith is a platinum-selling artist and Grammy nominee. According to sources, Smith's son, Jayson Scott, 23, and another man, Richard, each have been charged with first-degree murder. The pair have also allegedly been charged with 2 counts of weapon possession and reckless endangerment. Okay, hold on. Is this where she said the for hire part? Yeah, I don't see anything. Wait. No, I don't see anything for her. So the charges are reportedly in connection with a June 7, 2021 murder of 47-year-old Darius Gullaboo in Queens. Investigators are looking into a possibility that it was a for hire. So here it is, right? You know, an arraignment is expected to take place Wednesday inside a Queens County courthouse. Jayson, also known as Jay Smith, appeared in several episodes of Love and Hip Hop New York with his mother. So right here, you see it clear as day. So none of her talk is not lying. It says right here, murder for hire. Okay. So they're thinking the reason of this being, although there are witnesses stating that there was an argument before they unalived Darius, before his name is Darius, correct? Before he was popped out, they said the 2 men that were there had, which, and I can pull up that too. They said that they were arguing with him before the powing, and D Block is what they call him. Darius is a very well-known man in that area, and no stranger to law enforcement, being arrested 13 times just in that area and serving multiple sentences. So yeah, let me pull that up too. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Weird. I think the New York Post has it. Yeah, they have their mugshots. So yeah, let me pull up the New York Post, because the New York Post have both of their mugshots, so you can see who they are. They are right here. Hey, they are right here. No, we're not logging in. Lord have mercy. Sorry. Okay, here we go. So these are the 2 men. Okay, the one to the left, depending on what side of the screen you're on, is Remy Ma's son, the one with the ponytail, and the one to the right is Richard. Richard. It's Richard. I would say people are quick to blame the mom. I'm gonna say this. Remy Ma did go to jail for 6 years, right? She was serving an 8-year sentence, and she only did 6 of the years. In my opinion, being a parent myself, in my opinion, the last thing she should have did when she got out of jail was hit the ground running when it came to music. I get that you got bills and, you know, people that you owe and stuff like that. I understand that. But a lot of time has passed. She missed 6 years, technically over that, almost 7 years of her son's life. The last thing she should have done, again, is hit the ground running when it came to music. She should have got all of her baby life, loved on him, you know, all of that. You missed a lot of time. And being an artist and all of that stuff keeps you really busy, like extremely busy. So why jump right back into that? Other people have been raising him for years. He had been somebody else's responsibility for years. I just don't think that was smart. I think that she should have spent more time with him because maybe his decision-making skills would have changed. Her being the prime example of what not to do. So I get money is involved. I think that she should have put more time and effort into his career instead of worrying about hers that left a long time ago. That don't get me wrong, Remy Ma is a very talented person, but her time has passed. The time for her to be the MC on the streets, like being that girl, that's over with. That's over. You know, I mean, great artist, talented, all of that. Not taking any of that from her, but her time has passed. She had been in jail 6 whole years. The game don't wait for nobody. Time don't wait for nobody. So time moved on. And I think she was trying to pick up where she left off. You know, you got to think about the mentality of going to jail. When you go to jail, you're dressed in a certain way, all of that stuff before you leave. Then you come out 5, 6, 7 years later and whatnot. You're coming out in the mentality of how you came in. Like you haven't seen the light of day. You're not really like out here dressing and doing the stuff that, so it's a kind of like a culture shock. Getting out that long and seeing how the game has really changed. Think from when Remy Ma dropped to her going away and then her coming back out, and it's like a whole new arena of everything going on. Music, the sound, everything, it changed, and she didn't change with it because she was in jail, So I think that she should have spent more time with her son. Her son's actions is his own. So I don't literally blame Remy for what her son did. No, he's an adult. He didn't have to do what he did. He did not. Okay. And his father is just as responsible as Remy. So a person couldn't say that I blame Remy for him being in jail. No, you need to blame his parents for him being in jail. No, it takes 2 to create somebody. So it's not one person's fault more than the other. No. If my child did something, unfortunately, God forbid, and went to jail, I would feel like a failure as well. I'm sure their mother would feel, a certain way too, because we did raise them better. Remy did not technically raise him. She didn't. So she doesn't get to say, shame on you. No, you do not. Like, she don't get to do that. Somebody that went to jail herself, like, who the fuck is she to judge him at all? She went to jail due to a weapon. He did too. Like mother, like son, the apple don't fall too far. So she's the last person that can judge him on every level right now. She just got to eat it. She just got to eat it. You served a sentence for a block eye, like you did that. So he doing one too. What's the problem? You wanted his support while you was in jail. You need to do the same thing. She just need to support him. You got to eat this, ma. You got to eat it, girl. You can't, you ain't no shame on, no, girl. And this happened 3 years ago. So you'd have been around the same child, supporting the same child. Girl, the streets talk. And Remy, you from the streets. New York is your roaming, your stomping ground. So I do believe you in some way, shape, or form knew about this, knew that he may have had some involvement. In the hood, we all know how it go. In the hood, if it's about that block out, taking lives and stuff, the rumors come back to you. You do hear it. If your child out there wilding, or your niece and your nephew, stuff like that, it will get back in some way, shape, or form. So I do believe this happening 3 years ago that Remy Ma had a whiff. Remy Ma had a whiff. I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. It happened in New York. That's your stomping ground. Girl, that rumor done got back to you and I'm a girl. Now, I'm not going to say she knew 100%. I'm not going to say like her son confided in her and told her. No, I'm not going to say that. But I do think that she knew of this before it happened. I mean, not before it happened, before this arrest happened. I do think it was, imprinted on her, into her brain that her son had some type of dealings, just the area alone. You know, now if this happened in a different state or something like that, who knows? I mean, she could be just as oblivious as we are. But it happening right at home. Like if you're from Chicago and something is going on in Chicago that involves some, it's going to come back to you. You know, in some way, like, girl, I heard that your son was down there, girl. They said, you know, they said your son had something to do with it. Now, girl, do you know they said that Jayson was over there, girl? That Jayson was over there, girl. Girl, they said it was Jayson, girl. I don't know though. You might want to call him. You know, so it gets back, right? So again, Remy, I don't feel that she has the right to judge anyone, and I don't think that a person should literally like blame her for her son's actions. It doesn't matter if she went to jail and stuff like that. If anything, he should have learned from those things, not join them. You know, but if a person does, you can't necessarily blame them. You know, you're a product of your environment. And again, Remy did not raise him. She didn't. She missed 6 whole years of his minor life. Not she went to jail and he was 16, 17 years old. And was so at that point in time, I feel like because you're raised at 16, you're just being guided, you know, into actual adulthood, you know. So at that point in time, you're not like a kid anymore, like you're on the verge. He wasn't, you know, he was a kid. You know, who raised him? Her family and Papoose. Her family and Papoose. Because Papoose, you know, Papoose. And I'm a girl. So yeah, that's who I'm assuming. I'm assuming the her family and Papoose. So shout out to my boutique. Oh my God, I love you. Shout out to Polly and shout out to Tracy. She says, who you think he got it from is what I said. Well, yeah, I mean, the streets is where he got it from. I don't literally feel like he got it from his mom. So again, I'm not blaming Remy saying, oh, this is your fault. No, I don't think that. I think it's her karma because she didn't do what a good parent would have done. Is he Papoose' son? No. From what I gather, no. I do not believe he is Papoose'. I don't. And his last name is Scott. Papoose' last name is not Scott. So that's another reason. His last name is Mackey, right? So, because Jace's last name is Scott. Not Mackey. So I'm assuming that it was a relationship prior, just like Papoose' daughter is not by Remy. You know, they have their own kids. He had a child and she had a child. I believe coming into the relationship, but you know, you would have to ask them. But no, from the last name alone, I don't think so. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. I'd say it's her karma, again, to get into that, because again, she, in my opinion, she didn't do what a good parent would have done. How dare you go to jail? Because you can look at, I understand a lot of people have went to jail, right? And it does not mean that you are a bad parent because you went to jail. Things happen. Nobody's perfect. So I don't think that makes you a bad parent. What I think makes you a bad parent is when you're free. What you do when you are free. The audacity of Remy and Papoose to already have children that you're not done raising, and to have another child and name it a golden child of that. Making it seem, because I always felt that they was calling, because I can pull that up. I always felt that they were calling this baby the golden child because it was, but they both, this is the first child that they have between them that shared the same blood. Because I'm like, is that why the baby's called the golden child? Is that why y'all call it? And shout out to her. Nothing against the baby. The baby's beautiful. Nothing malicious towards the child at all. The child has nothing to do with this. It's more so of the parent and the parent decision making. It's like, how dare you call this baby, like she says in the post, it's the golden child's fourth birthday. I can't believe how fast she's, it's like, why are y'all calling this baby like making this child seem as if she has more importance than your other children? To me, that's disgusting. I just think it's weird. And when you went, because this child is getting what the others didn't. So Jayson didn't get this type of upbringing. You know, Remy's like really in this child's life, taking care of this child. This child is spoiled rotten, you know, all of that. So he's seeing something. Why would he not envy that? Why wouldn't he envy? And it's like you're calling it the golden child because you're going to do it right this time. Like you have defects. from before. Like the first one were mistakes. And, you know, this same son, Jace, got a woman pregnant. And he has a child. I think he has multiple children now, but he had a child. And Remy was beefing with the baby mama and the family. Like, low-key, she didn't go to the baby shower. Like, it's like she didn't want to be a grandmother. It's really what it was given. Like, it's like she didn't want to be a grandma. Whatever. So again, I just don't feel like this was cool for them to do, and to just call her by her name. Like, she's no golden child. She's no, like, what makes her special? And it's not to be rude. It's just when you have other kids that you have kind of dropped the ball with, it's kind of like rubbing it in their face. Like, oh, well, you know. Because why is her son feeling the need to be out here allegedly taking lives for money and stuff like that anyway, if Remy was doing what she was supposed to do? If Remy's son was still getting what he needed and she was still finding ways of getting coin over there so that he was, you know, spoiled and all of that stuff, oh, well. If he's a spoiled individual, oh, well. I don't care about it. If he's not like used to getting out there earning things, is what I'm talking about. Not used to working a 9 to 5 and things like that. Oh, well. I think that Remy, when they were on the Love and Hip Hop show, when they had the Mackie show and all of that, both children, Remy's son, Jace, and Papoose' daughter, were interested in being in the music industry. And I'm not saying that Remy didn't support her, you know, son and stepdaughter at the time, before her and Papoose separation. But I just think that she should have put more towards it. I think that she just should have put way more energy towards her son being successful over her, because it would have been more so of his time than hers. Give him something else to focus on if you feel that they are spoiled. You know, like King Combs and Diddy. Like, although Diddy's not the best example, I'm just saying you still give them something to do in the meantime. And I think that if he actually got a good single out there, him featuring with Remy, you know, and stuff like, I don't know, just if more energy was put into it, maybe he wouldn't have been going down this road. This is when it comes back to the parents, because it's just like, well, he's fairly young, you know, him being 23, yeah, he's grown, considered it, but we all have a lot of learning to do. You know, to me, a 23-year-old mentally equates to like a 19-year-old or, you know, a 17-year-old still, some of them, depending on their level of maturity. So I think it's our responsibility as parents, even when our kids enter adulthood and we see that they're not making, you know, certain steps that they should be, it is kind of our responsibility still to kind of nudge them in the right direction, because we're not going to be here forever. And it's nothing to me would make me more happier as a parent leaving this world one day, because we all come to go, knowing that my kids are okay. Knowing that my kids are okay. I could truly like rest in peace. Like, I could leave knowing like, all y'all got your own homes, y'all got your own families, y'all got your careers and stuff. You know, y'all staying out of trouble. You know, I love y'all. I can go. You know, like it's fine. It's harder for a person to leave here. And, you know, knowing that people aren't together, you know, that when I go, what's next for you? You know, people, you know, actually have these thoughts, you know, before they're leaving here and whatnot. And when it comes to Remy, it's like you don't have that, you know, sanity to know that you're, or, you know, or comfort of knowing that your kid is like good. So to me, if my kid ain't good, I'm not good. I'm not. And I'm not an overbearing parent, but you are a product of me. So if you succeed in life, people are going to come pat me on the back for it. Oh, you did a good job, Sean. You did a great job raising those kids. So when they do things like this and they, you know, go to jail and stuff like that, parents are getting a pat on the back for that too. And it's a tap on the back and more so of like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Let me put the mic on the screen because I'm going to talk about this young lady. Shout out to REMY'S daughter. But yeah, so when they're doing things like this too, parents are responsible. We gonna get tapped on our shoulders for that too. If you're congratulating a parent at their child's graduation, this it's not going to be ignored and we're going to overlook it because you're a Black woman or you're a mom. No, you could have done better. You could have. And being out of this boy's, well, man's, he's not a boy, being out of this man's life for 6, almost 7 years can affect them in more ways than one. Being gone for 6 years, God only knows what could have happened to my kid while I was gone. Kids don't talk about everything. They don't. So if something traumatic happened to them and they're suppressing it, it's my responsibility as a parent to make my child comfortable enough to tell me. You gotta, it has to be an open door. Like if they feel like that door's shut, then meaning if Remy worried about other stuff and whatnot, and he internally is battling with all of these things that he's trying to suppress, and I mean, you're never really going to get to the root of it. So I would definitely want to. I would have took a few years off. I wouldn't have jumped on a reality TV or anything like that. The anticipation would have even been higher, just people saying that I'm free. You know, I would have took that time to get to know my kid again. That's how I feel. That's how I feel like it's karma. Because if she would have actually took the time to get to know Jace, you get to help them avoid things. You get to prevent things. If you actually take the time to get to know them. You were gone for 6 years. Talking to a person on the phone does not mean you know them, girl. A visit is not a knowing them. What do you know? All you know is what you remember. Last time I remember you like ketchup. Okay, but if they change it and they don't like it, it's still a characteristic. What if the last time you seen them, they were very open. They talked to you about everything. And now this time they're not. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff you gotta reintroduce yourself to that person, and having that structure, you know, as a parent, for the child to actually want to engage and listen to you again. Because you're like a stranger. Being gone for 6 years, it's like the audacity of somebody to try to come in here or on the phone tell you what to do. Like, my parent in prison and you better listen to your grandma. You better listen. Or you gonna what? Because all children are defiant. All children, very defiant. They don't know until they know. All children are very rebellious, and they say the darndest things. So to rebuild the stability with Jayson, and to rebuild the structure, she did not take the time to do. And it's not just Remy. Papoose did not either. Papoose, you didn't. So to look like you're such this lovable man and you're so caring, you're so this, you're so that, it was your responsibility to do the same thing. It was your responsibility to make sure that you and your family connected on the basis of having a new structure, a newfound, you know, you and Remy you get married and renew y'all vows and all of this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Y'all can do all of that. But when it comes to the children, y'all didn't put that energy towards them. Instead, y'all worried about having your own baby and all this stuff. Like, no, y'all should be worried about rebuilding what has been broken. Y'all too worried about thinking about yourselves. Like, that's, to me, great. That's why I say it's karma. Because she didn't take the time to do any of that stuff. She dove into the game head first. Head first. She didn't take time to get to know this young man. And Papoose didn't take the time to get to know this young man with his wife. He did not. Because you don't get to be half of a stepfather. No. Papoose, you need to be a whole father. Treat him like he is yours. Literally. If you would be pissed because your daughter did something, you need to be pissed because he did the same thing. Because some of y'all step parents don't be like that. Y'all have our set. Well, I'm just worried about mine. Then you should go be in a relationship with somebody that ain't got no kids then. That's crazy. Like, I'm not going to date somebody with children. I'm going to treat their kids as just going to be just as important as mine. If all of our kids is in the back seat and I'm buying some food, I'm buying everybody some food. I'm not just buying my kids some food. I'm not doing that. If all of the kids is yelling in the back seat, I'm yelling at all the kids. I'm yelling. I'm you too. It's like I'm talking to all y'all. Like, yeah, when I'm loving on one kid, I'm loving on all of them. I'm not going to ask one kid for a hug or, you know, tell one kid that they're special or tell one kid that I love them. I'm just telling them to all of them. I love y'all. Not I love just you, or no, you love them all. You make them all feel that way because they may not be getting the same at home, you know? So it's refreshing to hear that when someone says, I love you. And a lot of families, that is not happening. A lot of families don't do that. They don't express their love that way unless somebody's like leaving or they're sick, you know, or something like that. No, you should just say it just cause. Say it so that it's so normal that my kids and I, we don't even hang out without saying it. Even if it's a quick call. Did you just leave? I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, love you. Love you too. Bye. It's so normal that but a lot of people aren't like that. They're not. And some people, when they're built like that, it takes everything in them to say it to somebody. And that's unfortunate. It just means that they don't know much about it. They've seen it, you know, like on TV and at their friends' houses and, you know, stuff like that. But that don't happen where I'm at. Oh, no. Everybody, you know, busy arguing and cussing each other out and throwing things and fighting and all. So a lot of kids go through that. They do. So, Remy, while your son was gone, who was he with? Were they living hostile? Did you actually really, you know, try to figure out, you know, get a real picture of what he went through while you were gone? Because I'm sure it's a very painful feeling. Your mom just being gone. You know, we love our mothers. As men, our mothers are essential. They really are. They mothers matter. Don't get me wrong, fathers too. I'm a father. I get it. But it's just something about a mom. It's just something that's just, I don't know if it's because we were inside of them. I don't know if it's because we were inside of them or like what. But the connection to the mother is powerful. Like it really is. To where most people, if it came down to having to protect your mother or father in a situation, most people would choose the mother. And not because they don't love their father. You have like an outstanding father, but it's just something about the connection to a mom. It's just something about it. I don't know, where you just instantly feel like they need the protection. So you'll protect them over anyone and anything. When you have that, and I think that that's how it started with Remy and her son. And then when she, you know, started to get fame and became famous and then get incarcerated, I don't know how that, I haven't been through that. So I can't speak from experience, but I can imagine it being very painful, you know, like having your mom and then just not, like it feels like a passing, but they're not gone, but they're also not present. So to see other people interacting with their mothers and, you know, stuff like that, I'm sure that could be painful, you know, like a really hurtful feeling. So, yeah, I don't feel like people should come down on Remy, because I don't even want to feel like I'm coming down on Remy, because again, her son is grown. The decisions that he's making are his. They belong to him. They don't belong to nobody else. So she's not to blame. His father isn't to blame. His stepfather ain't to blame. His family ain't to blame. He's to blame. No different than the young man sitting next to him. They need to blame themselves because they did it. They did it. But my thing, why did it get to the point where they felt like they even had to? I mean, I'm not even going to say they. Jayson, Jace, Remy's son. Why did it get to the point to where he felt like he needed to? How did it get here? How did it get to where he felt like he needed to take a life for funds because money's that bad? Like, how does it get here? Because I would be, even if my son had to move back in with me after like becoming an adult and going out there into the world and then coming back in to my home, I would still do it. I would rather my kid being with me and around me and me still having to feed him, clothe him, all of that, than the streets take a hold of him. And with black men, it is so easy for the streets to just gulp you up. When the streets get you, it's hard for them. Some people don't make it out at all. Some people don't. When the streets get a hold of you, it's like that's it. Because you have loyalty for the wrong people. You do things for the wrong people. You're doing the things that you would never do. It's all a gotta or I won't be able to type of it. When the streets get you, they got you. And this is just the streets getting him. This is the streets getting. I wouldn't want that for my kid. I would not want that for my kid. Y'all saying what's happening. So what's happening? Let me, for the people that are just getting here, let's get into that. Remy Ma's son has currently been charged for a murder for hire for a 2021, June 7th, 2021, powering a slaying of a man. Hold on, let me pull that up. Well, we're actually on it right here. I can just read the New York Post. To rapper Remy Ma's 23-year-old son has been arrested over the 2021 fatal powering of a man in Queens. The NYPD said Wednesday. Jayson Scott and another man, Richard Swaggart, 22, were nabbed on first-degree murder charges Tuesday night, 3 years after the 43-year-old Darius Gullaboo was gunned down in a brazen broad daylight attack. But hold on, let me pull this up as well. Okay, Fox New York is saying that they believe that it was an murder for hire. So let's get into it right here. So the charges reportedly in connection on June 7, 2021, murder of 47-year-old Darius Gullaboo in Queens. Investigators are looking into a possibility that it was an murder for hire. So they do believe that they were paid, that Remy Ma's son, Jayson, and his friend Richard were paid to unalive and well-known kingpin in the New York Bronx area, Queens area, my fault. Queens area. Yes, I'm definitely going to do a follow-up. Let me actually look and see if there's been any updates to the story since we have been live. Let me check. Okay, 2 hours ago we already read that one. Okay, ABC News, they just dropped an article too. Let's see what they have to say. I'm gonna pull that up and we'll read what ABC had to say about it. And so then I'm gonna play this clip real quick. Let me get this together, make sure it's not a repeat of what we already know. Play.
All right, now to this exclusive breaking news.
I don't know about people in the chat, but someone just said, how y'all blaming the parents about what a grown man did? Again, I don't blame the parents. Who is that? I don't blame the parents, but the parents have everything to do with why a person's out doing what they are doing, 100%. So a lot of y'all, I think, that do feel that way, have been involved with certain stuff like this. Rather, your child may have done something and whatnot. So a lot of y'all probably feel like, because my kid did this, or my nephew, or my brother, or this or that, did blah, 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 and they ain't got nothing to do with me. Of course, it does not. But when it comes to a parent, you are definitely a huge influence in the child's life. So if a kid is out here making good decisions and not out here hurting or harming people, a lot of the times it has everything to do with how you raised them. And if they're out here harming people, stealing from people, taking people's lives for money and all of that, it's definitely it was involved. How you were raised had a lot to do with that. So, yeah, no, it's not the parent's fault, and absolutely not. But again, as a parent myself, God forbid, but if my child did something like this, I would partially feel responsible. Like I would be upset, I would be saddened, I would be depressed. I would be like, where did I go wrong? What did I do? What didn't I see? What I would feel that way. I wouldn't know. It still wouldn't be my fault. Like it's their decision. Like we get that part. But how did they get here? Parents have everything to do with that. Think about all the cases with the Dahmers, the Bundys, all of that. The parents are always the true story. How did this happen? When did you see anything like when they was younger? How could you raise that? Like, But it's not Dahmer's parents' fault. You know, it's not Bundy's parents' fault. No, what they did was what they did. Like, Dahmer's father took him to do certain things, like hunting wise, and allow him to gut the fishes and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that it's his fault that he decided to upgrade and do it to humans. Like, no, that doesn't have anything to do with him, like, at all. So, but Dahmer's parents were very toxic. Their relationship, very toxic. They threw Dahmer in the middle a lot. They did. So there was things that Dahmer did that I do feel like his parents influenced, but nobody ever gave him permission to, you know, hey, you'll go out here and no. Why would a parent want that? Like, gross. So no, it's not their. But a kid, a lot of the decision-making skills and all of that stuff stems from the parent. It does. When your food got low in your house, whatever your parent did is 9 times out of 10 is what you're going to do. So if your parents worked consistently and whatnot and kept the bills paid that way, that's what you're going to do. Rather you do it later on in life or rather you stumble for a while, but eventually you're going to get to the point to where you do that, you know? If your parents went to like food shelves or helping agencies or stuff like that, you're going to follow suit. If they were on assistance and stuff like that, you're 9 times out of 10 going to follow suit. Because a lot of those things, the parents will introduce the child to. Teen pregnancies and stuff like that. Okay, well, girl, you're going to need to get on some assistance. You're going to need to do this. You're going to need to do that. Where does that come from? It comes from the parent. If a person is not paying their bills and, you know, have a hard time, then 9 times out of 10, they come from that. But some people still struggle paying their bills and all that stuff, and their parent didn't struggle with that at all. Like their parents' bills was always paid, but it's just for some reason theirs aren't. You know, so again, either way. So whether a parent is paying their bills and the kid do or they don't, it's up to you. You grown, you know, so you get to make your own decisions. By allowing you to do. You know, because a lot of parents will let their kids play all these violent games, you know, and all this stuff. And there's a bunch of pow-powing and all of that stuff. They always got a weapon. They can name weapons just upon saying, oh, that's a Uzi, that's a Glock, that's a this, that's a that, you know. And then all of a sudden, this is one of the same kids that goes into a school or goes into a public place or somewhere, and they're taking a lot of lives and whatnot. No, the parent did not teach them or wanted them to go out there doing anything to anybody, but they did, you know, kind of support, you know, a lot of things. For maybe if I wasn't supporting you playing Grand Theft Auto all the time or playing this game and that game, maybe you wouldn't, you know, maybe if I didn't just let you listen to ratchet music, you know, and all the time, because even music, movies, TV shows, all of that stuff inspires people to do certain things. It does. People do things because they've seen it in movies, you know? So people do things because they've seen it on video games. People do, you know, so again, at some point in time, a parent would have to kind of step back and reflect, you know, and think like, okay, well, what did I do? What could I have done better? Or did something happen that they never told me about? Again, most kids that are getting bullied in school and stuff like that, they don't tell their parents. They don't. You have to make a kid comfortable enough to want to tell you, you know, you have to have that relationship there. So Remy Ma going to jail for 6 years and whatnot. If her son Jayson is going through stuff that people are coming for him and all of that, blah, 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 do you really think he's going to feel comfortable enough to just walk up to her and just say what's going on? Or do you think since he's so used to her not being around that he's just going to handle it himself? But if you nurture the relationship, then a lot of times you can have a closeness to somebody to where they don't have time to get in that type of stuff. They don't have time for it. When you really pull someone under your wing, me being separated from my kid for 6 years, you're not going to be able to separate us. You're not going to be able to separate me. It's already hard to separate me and my kids now. They are with me or their mom. That's like they're with me or the mother. That is it. There were nobody else. Me or the mom. So it's already hard, you know, for us to separate from our children as it is. So I go to jail for 6 years. You best believe I'm going to get on my kids' nerves. They're going to be like, Dad, we get it. You're sorry. Like, Dad, you know, like I'm gonna be all up under them. Like, you ain't gonna be able to get me away from my child. And the last thing I'm gonna be doing is trying to make another one. I need to regard and take care of the ones that I already have. I need to rebuild the relationship and establish a new connection with the ones I already have. Like, yeah, I'm not doing any of that. But Remy felt the need to. And I'm not saying she's wrong for doing that. Just think that you should have took care of home before you went out and tried to make a new one. Because that's what it gives. Like, her and Papoose is trying to create a whole new lifestyle. Like, getting away from the mistakes that they made in the past. Even the kids. Even the children. By making a golden child. Although you have a damaged one that, you know. Again, I just think that she should have done more talking to her son. I don't know the father situation, but you can't not shame. I would never shame a mother for what a father should be doing. Men respond differently to men. They do. And so do women. So when the dad comes in, when dad tells you to do something, if your father's in your life and he tells you to do something, most people don't question it. Most people don't. But when it comes to a mom, especially boys, they're really testy. They're really testy. Females are a little bit more standoffish, you know, when it comes to it's female to female. Because, you know, most, you know, women, girl, you know, yeah. But when it comes to boys, it's a little different. You know, they really don't respond well to just a woman telling them something to do. They'll try them. But a man come and say something, it's different. It's a different type of get up and get your itch together when a man is enforcing the punishment or the stern, being the one being stern in the room. It's a different response that is given, and that's fact. That is fact. Like that there's no argument there. So I think it's a collective. I don't think that it's his fault he's in jail 100%, but the journey there, I don't think it's just his fault. No, the journey on his way there, because the journey on the way, when someone's journeying towards something, when they're having a downfall, it's our job as parents to come and collect them before they, you know, splat. You know, we want to try to catch them while we can. You know, most parents, you know, we're going to try to catch them. Do you have some parents that just be like, oh, well, he grown now. He, you know, those are ones that also fall into situations like this too, when you kind of just give up, you know, when you're just like, I'm over it. You know, I date everything I can do. As a parent, I just don't feel like we should ever give up. I would never give up on my kid. I would, even if they did something that I hated, it would probably take me some time, but I would come around eventually. You know, you know, but I just feel like you just never give up. So hopefully, it wasn't him, but from what it seems, it is. I do believe that he was snitched on. I'm not going to say snitched on. Someone told, and I don't only hear no better than me, who told, but someone definitely did, because this happened 3 years ago. So the only new information that the police could have got is if, you know, he did it. You know, that was somebody coming in literally saying, I know it was him. It was him and him. They did ... So it does seem like somebody was needed, like a deal or something like that. And they may have spilled the beans on these two men. But I mean, it is what it is. When you take somebody's life, that's not snitching. That's not snitching to me. It's not. This is why I try not to live in like certain areas, because I'm telling. You're not about to take these people child away from them, and the police pull up and knock on my door, and I'm telling, whether it's anonymously or whether they knock and, yeah, come on in, yep, I saw, come on in. But I'm telling. Now, you know, other stuff I'll probably shut up about. You know, if it was just like a fist fight, you know, or something like that, or, you know, maybe somebody got robbed or something. I don't get into all that. It is what, lock it up, lock a picture, get insurance. But you taking a life or you essay somebody, yeah, I'm telling them. I'm 100%. I don't feel like that's snitching. You essayed that person. Oh, you did? Oh, you M-worded that little... Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm not... that's not no secret to me. No, that you need to know this. Like, and I don't even want to be anonymous. Write my name now first. RDER. Like, yeah. You can write my... Let them know I told you. And let them know. Run up. Like, I wish I would. Like, yeah, I'm telling on you. A RDER too. I would testify. All of that. I don't like that snitching. These are people's lives. And y'all talk about some no snitching. No, you don't get the... So you want me to be unified in a community on not telling on, because plenty of people seen what happened to Darius, to D-Boy, D-Block. Plenty of people saw what happened to him. If people knew that there was an argument and two male, they knew who they knew what that were. They knew what that were. And they let that man be unalived right there in that intersection. So you want me to unify as the Black community as one of our codes, being the no snitching rule, while you're taking Black people away from us? How does that make sense? How is that unity? The only time we truly come together, have anything to agree on, is not snitching on people that are ending Black lives. So my duty as a Black man is to not say anything, although you just took Black lives. But I'm supposed to protect the one that's taking lives instead of the lives that were taken. I'm telling you. Don't do nothing like that in front of me. Don't take no life. Don't do no essaying, no M-wording to people. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You're going to jail. Like, I'm telling you. It just is what it is. I don't feel like that's snitching. How was that snitching? That is so weird. These families out here that be praying for peace, since their loved one gone, if they just got a little bit of justice, this person arrested them or not, and you hold the key to that, but you not doing it because of rap lyrics. You're not doing it because of an urban legend. Okay. So you're gonna let these people suffer for God knows how long. Black people at that. But you for the people. Okay. Y'all should think about that. Y'all should think about that. Because a lot of y'all don't say nothing and then want something said when somebody take one of y'all loved ones. That'd be weird in the hood. Y'all do that all the time. Y'all do that all the time, and I'm a girl. Y'all don't say nothing. Y'all just be standing there with your arms crossed, watching them with the tape and all that stuff. Don't say nothing. Know everything that happens, but don't say a word. And then y'all just so happen not be around. And then this happened because y'all keep protecting the people that's going around ending people's lives, right? Y'all go around, keep protecting them to leave them on the streets to hurt somebody you love. That's why you should say something when you know something, because then you could prevent that same devastation. You can prevent it. But now you're loud and, angry because you know who did this, because they took the last one live too. Then why you ain't say nothing? Yeah, that's why it's called a community. Okay, we should protect each other as a community, because then you can avoid a lot of stuff. When you do so, you're gonna protect each other. Me helping and getting this person off the street could save so many lives. If a person is reckless enough to feel that they can take lives because ain't nobody gonna say nothing, because everybody's so scared of that individual and the people that they roam with that they're gonna take as many lives as they want. Like, no, that's crazy. Like, you could be, it may not be you today, but it could definitely be you tomorrow. So do something today so that we ain't got to worry about it tomorrow. But no, let's protect the code. What code? I'm like, what code? Like, somebody just passed. Like, what code are we protecting? Like, this person dying for a code that they don't even agree with. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy. So I know plenty of people saw what Remy Ma's son allegedly did, but they didn't do nothing. They didn't say nothing besides just enough to keep them out of trouble. Oh yeah, I saw stupid people over there. Yeah, they was arguing, but I ain't seen none of that. Knowing you did, like, it's crazy for this invisible code. Craziness. So yeah, that is the breaking news. If you didn't know. So let's get into this updated report from ABC News. It says rapper Remy Ma's son, Jayson Scott, was arrested Tuesday for the June 2021 murder of a man in Queens. Scott, 23, has been charged with first-degree murder for allegedly pop-howing the 47-year-old Darius Gullibo following a dispute on June 7th, 2021. So everybody keeps saying it was a dispute. According to the New York Police Department, Richard Swigert was also charged in the same murder. So here's my thing. I have a question. Why are they saying that it was a dispute if it was an alleged murder for hire? Aren't those two different things? Because I get like the reckless endangerment and all that stuff, like pop on a weapon, open street, intersection and whatnot around the cars and, you know, passerbyers and stuff like that. So I get the endangerment part, you know, and all of that stuff. But if there was a disagreement, where does the murder for hire come from? Because if there was a disagreement and a dispute happened and then pop out, you know, that's in the, you know, passion of the moment, right? A murder for hire means that you was passing away either way. Like, I'm coming to end you. Most assassins, it's not funny. Most, you know, people that are coming to, you know, do that, they usually don't talk to the people. I mean, think about it. If you were hired to go take someone's life, would you go like talk to them first? Because then it's like you're causing a scene and stuff like that. So people are gonna look and know who you are, see your face, stuff like that. Like, and then it was broad daylight. Assassins do this in daylight. You would think if it was for hire, it would have been more so of like a at night so that people don't see you, or, you know, your mystique, you know, like the people that took Pac and Biggie life, you know, they did it at night. That's why I got away for so long. If they would have did that in broad daylight, it would have been a higher probability of people being able to see who they are, all that stuff. A dispute usually isn't planned. A dispute is usually, again, just in the moment. But if it was for hire, you blatantly walk up in broad daylight. I don't know. I'm confused. Because but y'all saying that, yeah. And y'all saying we don't know what happened because he said a mutual acquaintance accused him of the same thing and had APB out on him. The guy accusing him had really did it in the small, secluded group of girls. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Ooh, daylight assassins, girl, pretty much. But they said they're talking about it was for hire. So was the girls that was, you know, around them, like they're saying like the girls try to like set the dude up basically? Like he came over there for a female and then he got into a dispute with the men during the, you know, during them coming to end him. So it's like the girls lured him over there, lured D-Block or Darius over there. So did they do a coochie trap? A coochie trap? Because you know the Grubs is known for doing a coochie trap. You can come over here and sleep with all of us, and then, you know, and they be standing there with their boobs all together and stuff like that, and it looks wonderful. And then, you know, you get over there and it's a whole other story. You get over there and it's just like, so, yeah, I think that, so y'all saying it was a coochie trap. Yeah, it does happen all the time. It does happen all the time. It does. Yays, a trap. And number girl. So it was a setup. That's what I'm thinking the for hire is coming from. Because again, that's what I said. If you was planning on ending this person, like, why get into a dispute first? I'm like, you just do it, right? Like, you don't need a reason. The payment is the reason. So, Ooh, not Remy. Yeah, she's busy out with Papoose lights, and I'm a girl. With Papoose lights. Tracy said, shout out for the super sticker. She says, my son went to jail overnight for selling green. After I finished taking all of his money for the 2 jobs he had, now makes $200K a year as a truck driver. I know that's right, girl. Period. So I said, it's not about the mistake. It's about how you correct it. It is about how you correct it. Shout out to Natasha for the super sticker as well. Thank you. Well, there were some people from the other day that I needed to thank for that cash app sending my girl. Shout out to Beverly. Thank you so much. Shout out to Tara and Nate for the cash apps the other day. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. You make me feel so vulnerable. So yeah. So I it's possible that that's where the for hire comes from, because I'm confused by that. I'm like, well, why would they say for hire? If it was an in the moment type of thing, it doesn't sound like anybody was hired. It just seemed like they got into it and then blah. But the women being added in, I don't know if he was like leaving because the men were coming there. Maybe that was the altercation because they came in and he was just like, yeah, no, I just thought it was gonna be y'all or something like that, and then was about to leave. And upon exiting, he's about to get in his car, so it will make sense for them to pow him outside, because it seems if he was leaving is what it was given, because he was not inside of the place. And I think that the women were supposed to lure him inside, and they take his life inside of the building, but that didn't happen. I don't know if he like seeing them, or one of them, or if Richard or Jayson, he did not have he wasn't cool with or didn't like. So that was what, kind of like stopped him in his tracks, or something like that. Maybe that's where the for hire is coming up, or how the for hire is coming in there too. Because it was planned to take him out. But where's the girls? Because they need to be where's the coochie traps? The coochie traps need to get arrested. They need to get arrested too. Don't worry, we're gonna update y'all. We're gonna do an update. Because the coochie trap setters need to go to jail too. And that's what that were. Yes, it does seem that the girls may have set him up, because why he come up with it for those 2 dudes, like for Jace and Richard? Like, why would he do that? Crazy. It does sound like it, but let's keep going. In addition to first-degree murder, Scott has been charged with second-degree murder, 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon, and first-degree reckless endangerment. Okay, so it says Scott. So it seemed like Scott did everything, because it says, in addition to first-degree murder, Scott has been charged with second-degree murder, 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon, and first-degree reckless endangerment. Richard only faces 1 charge. So it seems like her son was the aggressor. Remy's son did everything. Remy's son did the trigger pulling. Because he got all the charges. So they got him on M1 and M2. They got him on both. They're like, we're going to get you for life on one of these charges. Whether the second one, but we're going to get you. We're going to get at least 40, 50 years about you. Is what that's giving. They want him. They say, yeah, it was you. Whoever snitched said it was you. It was Remy, baby. They said it was Jace. It was Remy's son. It was, and I look so good to me, reminisce. And I look so good to me, and it's, I look way so good to me, and I'm concealing. I got a reason. He said it was her baby. They say he didn't. All of it. Yes. I'm just telling you. They say he getting all the big boy charges. All the big boy charges. Gullible was found just before 1 p.m. on June 7, 2021 with multiple shots to the head and chest. According to the NYPD, he was taken to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center and pronounced unalive. Girl. Gullible had been indicted by the New York Attorney General just 8 months before the pow-powing as part of a large-scale kingpin operation. The investigation, dubbed Operation Heatwave, resulted in arrests of 54 people accused of trafficking a whole bunch of drugs, Craig. Remy Ma, real name Remnants Kione Mackey, who is from the Bronx, was discovered by the legendary rapper Big Pun and later signed by Fat Joe. She performed as part of Fat Joe's group Terror Squad and released a solo album, There's Something About Remy, in 2006. She has been nominated for 4 Grammys and won 2 BET Awards, Best Female Hip Hop in 2010 and 2017. She's also appeared in several television shows, including multiple iterations of the popular VH1 reality series, Love and Flip Flop. Remy Ma, 44, is married to fellow rapper Papoose. They have a child in 2018. No stranger to legal trouble herself, Remy Ma was convicted of assault and illegal possession of weapons possession in 2008 after a July 2007 pow-powing in Manhattan, Delhi, in a bodega, girl. She spent about 6 years in prison. So wow. Ooh, not straight criminal. Oh, I cannot with y'all. So yeah, that is crazy. It's unfortunate. But breaking news, her son was arrested, and it does seem as if he not only count 1, he got count 2. So just in case they can't get him for count 1, the cameraman got you. We are arresting you. Like, you are getting it. And I do think that they do have video footage of it. I just think that they couldn't make out their faces in it. But now that they have the suspects, you know, maybe they can make the faces out now. But again, so he did this when he was what, 20? Because he's 23 now, and this happened in 2021. So he was 20 years old, wasn't he? Yeah, 20. Wow, because this happened 3 years ago. It did not just happen yesterday or anything like that. A lot of people coming in thinking that, like, oh, this happened. No, this is not fresh. This happened June 7th, 2021, not 2024. And I think another reason why people are kind of confused by the timing of it, because it's June now. So when people hear June 7th, they're like, oh, they're thinking it just happened like last week before. Like, no, 2021. So it's his anniversary of the man's passing, D-Block's passing. 3-year anniversary just passed of him being deceased. So yeah, they got him now. They got him. They got both of their suspects. Crazy. Absolutely. Well, I have to get out of here. I just wanted to jump on here and talk about this real quickly. We will be back later with other content. Thank you all so much for being here. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay. We had over 3,000 people in the building today. Shout out to you guys. Please hit the like on the replay crew. I will update y'all as the story develops. It just broke about 3 hours ago. So as more information comes forward, we absolutely will. But until the next show, I love you all. Thank you all for the super stickers and super chats and all that good stuff. And tonight on Coffee, we are back. Okay, I promise. We are back tonight on Coffee this evening. So I look forward to seeing you guys over there tonight too. So until the next show.